Hey, house guests! Welcome to today's Big Brother 25 updates and spoilers. And happy day 50! Woo! We are officially halfway through the season. How exciting! I can't believe we're finally here. Sometimes it feels like we've been doing this season for 500 days. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but it has been quite the season so far. That is for sure. So, our house guests of the day are Jose Luis Cortez and Angie Vega. Thank you both so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so much. So, thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests today, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. And try not to laugh because Bowie is right outside the door scrubbing on the rug. It's very funny. um, and before we get started, I also want to thank yesterday's super chatters because that's another fantastic way to support our channel. So Jody Cortez, Alyssa Calloway, Christine, Renee A, Gail Murphy Comedy, Jefferson Tucker, Treval K, Deb Wicks, Connor Benson, and Laura G. Thank you all so much for your super chats. Okay, let's get started, right? We have some things to discuss here. When we left off yesterday, we've got America and Cameron up on the block. It seemed like things may not have been as set for the week as previously thought for this eviction or the next one. It seemed like earlier in the week it was a slam dunk to finally get Cameron out of here, right? They finally had a chance, like he didn't win the power veto, he's up on the block, but some people were having second thoughts, right? We saw Mimi was telling the cameras it would be better for her game if Cameron stays because if he goes, Jared and Cirie will become the next big targets, and she doesn't want that. She's not sure though that she'll be able to convince people to keep Cameron. She said it would be like pulling a rabbit out of a hat. Jared was also considering, kicking around the idea maybe keeping Cameron, to help him take out Jag because he fears that Jag is targeting him, which he is. Blue is in a very weird, awkward position right now. Jared's nervous because he can't play for HOH next week. And, if he kept Cameron around, Cameron could play and Cameron would have a good chance of winning that HOH. But we'll see if anything really comes of this. Not really. Okay, spoiler alert on the spoiler. Not really. So, as far as the next eviction goes, it seemed like most people would put up Jared and Cirie. But Mimi, like we said, not into it. Blue, backing away from it. At the beginning of the week, she was all like, I'm going to win HOH. I'm going to put up Jared and Cirie and get Jared out of here. Pre-jury, amazing, yes. But now she's realizing, it's not really going to benefit my game to take out Jared. I don't want to do Corey and America's dirty work. I'm not doing it. Oh, okay. I mean, I do think she's right. Like, it wouldn't help her game to get Jared out at this point, but it would have been amazing TV. But yeah, she doesn't want to do it. Felicia, we saw yesterday, was trying to decide, would I have a better chance working with Jared and Cirie or with Matt and Jag? Excuse me. I'm sorry. I was up really late last night getting a jump on this. So Felicia, of course, is upset with Jared and Cirie for how they handled things last week and how they were going to keep Izzy over her. And they were mad when the votes were flipping for her to stay. That's not a good feeling, right? So, on the flip side of things, she's not really feeling great about Jag and Blue because Jag and Blue have been trying to throw her under the bus to Jared and Cirie and telling them, look, Felicia came to us. She's been like badgering us with questions about what happened with the vote last week and forcing us to tell her, blah, blah, blah. So Felicia doesn't like that. She feels like she's getting played by Jag and Blue. So even though she's pissed at Jared and Cirie, she's not sure that she can trust Jag, Matt, Blue, Corey, America, that whole side of the house. All right. So there's still plenty of time before Thursday. So expect lots of waffling, right? All right. So Matt and Corey have a game chat on the Sky Bridge. And Matt says, from what I can tell, the consensus is to put up Jared and Cirie next because everyone's pissed at them for lying and having deals with everyone, all those alliances. And Matt says Cirie seems to be acting all nervous and saying that she wants to win this next HOH competition for the 7 deadly sins. So Corey's wondering, can we get Cirie to maybe throw this? What? She's telling everybody she wants to win it, and you think she's going to throw it? Corey says, when I talk to Suri, I'm going to tell her that I trust her and that I would not put her up on the block. I got to make her feel safe enough to throw it. Now, of course, if Corey wins, he is absolutely going to put up Jared and Suri, right? But he wants Suri to feel comfortable. He wants Suri to feel like Corey would put up Matt and Blue if he wins HOH. I think she's gonna see through your BS, right? This is Suri Fields, Survivor legend that we're talking about. She can read through bullshit most of the time. So Matt, he feels bad. You know, he is on board with the plan to target Jared next, but he feels bad because he promised Jared that he would never put him up on the block. But Matt realizes, like, Jared and his crew, they broke promises first. So it is what it is at this point. But Corey is pretty confident that if Suri wins HOH, she's probably going to put him up on the block. Yeah, probably, right? So sorry. Suri is not happy with how things went down last week and Corey turning on the Crossroads Alliance and taking out her daughter, Izzy. So Corey says Blue is also making him nervous because at first it seemed like she was just trying to protect Jared, right? And she didn't want to put Jared up on the block. But now it seems like Blue is also trying to protect Suri. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. First, Blue was saying, I'm going to put up Jared and Suri. Jared goes. Then she backed off of that. She was like, well, what if we take out Suri first and then Jared will come to us? Now she is completely abandoning that, right? She does not want Suri to go either. Blue is now saying that she would target Bowie or Mimi. But Matt and Corey feel like that is such a waste, right? They don't want to waste an HOH on players like Bowie or Mimi, who haven't really done much in this game so far. So Matt spills, not only is Blue targeting Bowie or Mimi, she's planning on putting up either Matt, Corey, Jag, or America as pawns. And Corey's like, whoa, 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 whoa. No, she cannot do that. He says, if Blue wins HOH, we're going to have to pull her aside and talk her through this because she can't expect to work with us while nominating one of us and protecting the person that we're all targeting, right? Not only is she protecting Jared, but she is saying she would put one or more of them up on the block. Yeah, I think that kind of puts a strain on things. I think that would definitely hinder that alliance working together, right? Because there has been talk of getting a 5 together with Jag, Matt, Blue, Corey, and America. But they can't decide on a target and they're willing to put each other up on the block like that, does not bode well for that alliance. So Corey says another thing. If Blue wins the power of veto, do you think she would use it on Jared? Oh, hell yeah. They both agree. Yes, she probably would. Ugh. So Corey says, all right, this stays between us. Why are we not putting up Blue and Jared together? Right? Because we don't want a situation where we have Jared up on the block and Blue wins the veto and saves him. Can't do it. So Matt says, yeah, that makes sense. If Blue is going to do that bullshit, we have to stop it before it happens. So Corey says the chances of Suri being off the block, winning the power veto, and using it on Jared are low, right? He doesn't see that happening. He sees it being much less likely than Blue being off the block, winning the veto, and using it on Jared. So he says, I think it makes sense to put up Blue and Jared. If one of them comes off the block, Suri goes up in their place. I mean, I think it makes sense. The only piece that they're missing here is that Jared and Suri are literally related by blood, right? So you would think you would put the two of them up on the block together, but they don't know that. So anyway, Corey is like, you know, maybe we should go to Blue and tell her that our plan is to put her up next to Jared because we want Jared out, right? And we don't want to put her in a tough position if she does win the veto or if we need her to vote Jared out. So if she's on the block, she doesn't have to make that decision. And Corey's like, I'm sure Blue is going to be like, no, I don't want to go up. So that at that point, we can tell her, if you don't want to go up on the block, you need to promise you're not going to use the veto on Jared. I don't see this going over well. I don't think that Blue would be happy to hear this. The same way that Corey is not happy to hear that he would potentially go up on the block if Blue is to win HOH. So Corey says, I would much rather put up Cirie and Jared and just be done with it. But we can't do that if Blue is going to take Jared off the block if she wins the veto. So Matt and Corey, needless to say, are both annoyed that Blue is trying to salvage her own position in the game, right? Trying to stay good with Jared and Cirie at the expense of her alliance that's starting to come together. They feel like she's being really selfish. So Jag joins them after a bit. They discuss the Blue situation some more. They talk about what are we going to do if Blue wins the power veto. So Jag agrees, yes, it probably would be best if Blue sits next to Jared on the block so that she can't use the power veto on him. And they realize maybe we shouldn't tell Blue about this before it happens, right? Because if we tell her and she knows that she's going to go up on the block next to Jared, she's going to fight a lot harder to win the HOH. And they do not want Blue winning the HOH. So they're like, you know what? We'll keep it on the down low. I mean, yeah, you don't want to tell somebody that they're going up on the block before you even know who the HOH is. That's very bad gameplay. But thankfully, they walked that back. So a little later, Cirie and Matt are chatting in the storage room, and Cirie asks, "How are you feeling?" Matt says, "I feel like I have to win next week," and Cirie says, "Me too." Matt says he doesn't know what anyone is going to do going into this week. It's very scary. He knows what's going to happen, right? He's playing this up for Cirie. While he is still being somewhat of a rat to Cirie and giving her information over the last few days, he is definitely planning to put up Jared and get him out. But he doesn't want to tell Cirie that. So, yeah, for obvious reasons. Cirie says she would feel really good if Matt were to win HOH, right? She feels comfortable with him, and Matt is playing along, saying, yeah, I would put Corey and America up on the block. That has been my goal this whole time. That's a lie. But again, he is saying all this to make Cirie feel comfortable. So Cirie is saying, I really want to win this HOH. No one is really talking any games to me. And I feel like if I don't win, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. She's not wrong, right? She's definitely picking up on less constant game talk, right? So that could be part of it too. But Matt says, look, I know Jag is getting pretty close to Corey, but I'm pretty sure we're all going to be safe if Jag wins HOH. Now, that is also a lie, but Matt is going for it, right? So then Cirie rips a humongous fart. And she must be super nervous. I don't know. That's not the first time that I've heard her do that. But Matt says he was really that sound. Just a little comic relief, So Cirie is saying if Corey or America win HOH, she's not really sure what they would do. She says a lot of people are going to be in trouble if one of those two wins. And Cirie's like, Matt, we gotta try and win this one. I feel it in my gut that I'm going to win this one. And she was saying this so much last night to so many different people, being like, I have to win this. I want to win this. I'm going to win this. I feel it. I feel like I'm going to win. A lot of people online were speculating maybe like Cirie was given answers ahead of time for like a questions competition. I don't think it's that. I think she's just like really trying to hype herself up and get in that mindset and like manifest it. But yeah, she's really wanting to win this next competition. All right, let's check in with the nominees. What are they up to in all this? Well, yesterday, America was straightening Cameron's hair as part of spa day in the HOH room. He was looking like Lord Farquaad. I feel like it's a rite of passage for anybody with super curly, like naturally super curly hair to have it straightened in the Big Brother house. And now Cameron has checked that off of his bucket list. So there you go. All right. So I always just think back to when Tyler from season 20 had his hair straightened and he was like, when he saw himself in the mirror, very funny. All right. So then we have Cirie and Corey chatting in the bathroom. Oh my goodness. This is a lot, right? Because these two haven't really talked that much one-on-one since everything that happened last Thursday. So these two were BSing each other so hard in this conversation. All good with a lot of people, right? Gearing up for that vote flip. But then no, Corey doesn't actually feel that way, right? He is working with America, Matt, Jag. He's feeling good about that group. But he wants Sari to feel comfortable. So Sari's like, wow, it feels like everyone is saying that right now, that they're alone, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like that for real, for real. She says, no pun intended. I would try not to use that phrase anymore because I think you're going to piss people off. But Corey says, wow, that really surprises me that you feel that way. He says, there is one person at this point that I feel like I can trust, and that is America. Of course. Sari says, she does feel like there has been a reset this week. She's been treading lightly, kind of, hanging back, seeing what's going on. But she says what really bothered her about last week, she feels like people did not give her enough credit. She wished they would have just talked to her about the vote. She says, yes, of course I love Izzy, but I also love Felicia. So if you guys had been more open with me about the vote, that all didn't need to happen, right? We didn't have to have that huge blow up. I think she would have been pissed still. But anyway, Corey says, if there's any possibility of me in America working with you and Jared moving forward, I'm down. I don't see any other paths forward for me. That's a lie. And no, he is not planning on working with Jared and Sari. But he's trying to cover his ass just in case Sari does win HOH. So Corey was also talking about how he connects with Jared. He feels like Jared is like a brother to him, blah, blah, blah. Not Corey Fields. So Corey is also saying he kind of feels like if Sari were to win HOH, she would put up him and America. And Sari says, through playing these different games, I've learned the hard way that you never close the door with someone over one incident, right? And she says, my door has not closed to you. So Corey is like, yeah, well, it wouldn't make sense for me to like finish the job and take out the rest of the Crossroads. The Crossroads is his alliance with Izzy, Jared, and Sari. That's exactly what he's planning on doing. But he says, in the unlikely event that I win HOH, you don't have to worry. And Sari says, yeah, I'm really going for HOH. And if I win, I'm not going after you or America. These two are hilarious. I saw on Twitter somebody had a cartoon of two people and they each were holding knives behind their back and they were like, this is Corey and Sari in this conversation. Yes, definitely. All right. So after Corey and America chat, and Corey says, wow, I can't believe I'm about to win HOH and put Sari up on the block. Let's not get too cocky, right? Let's see Corey win a competition first and then we'll talk. But he thinks that Sari is going to throw the competition because she was so adamant about wanting to win it. No, I think she just like really wants to win it. I don't think she's throwing this one. Hell no. So Corey is not sure who Sari would put up because from what he's hearing, Sari is promising everyone safety if she wins. So he's like, who would she put up? She's telling everyone that they're safe. What's going on here? What's the truth? So a little later, Corey is alone talking to the cameras about his plans. And Corey says, of course, Jared's got to go next, Sari after him, and then Blue as soon as possible, right? He just wants to completely wipe out that group. He's pleased with how this week has gone so far. Of course, it was uncomfortable and scary to be up on the block next to America, but he feels good now that he's off the block. He's proud of himself for not crumbling. He says it would have been very easy to do that this week after the person that you have a monumental fight with then wins HOH. That's not great, right? But he feels like he's handled it really well. Pat yourself on the back. And he says the America situation, however, is getting complicated. He feels like if he is up on the block against America on an eviction night, he's probably going to be the one to go. Yeah, probably. And he feels like that day will most likely be coming soon, right? They've broken the seal. They were up on the block together. It's only a matter of time before that happens on an eviction night. So he says with this new status quo of Matt and Jag basically being in charge of things, He says, I'm kind of effed here, right? Because I'm not like extremely close to them. So he says, I have to build up my relationships with Jag and Matt so that I can survive moving forward. And he says, Matt and Jag are my real alliance right now with America. But he says that is not his long-term plan. He says, Matt and Jag are too close to each other. They're too good at competitions. So yeah, he does not want to go all the way to the end with Matt and Jag, which I figured, right? I didn't think he would want to do that. He says that's a final 7, final 6 kind of move for me to take them out. So I guess he would want to go to the end with America, Felicia, Mimi, and Bowie. That's a very random but interesting group. I would not expect to see that group in the final 5. And that's not to say that it's going to happen, but that would be very interesting. So then we have Felicia chatting with Bowie. And I have to say, suddenly Bowie is a hot commodity, right? Everyone wants to scoop her up as a number because things are starting to split again and people are trying to collect up as many numbers as they can. And they see Bowie as this person in the middle with no home right now. So Felicia says the one person that can't win HOH next week is Cirie. Felicia says, I don't know what she would do. Felicia says, Cirie is trying to pull you in, Bowie. So maybe when you talk to her, you could just ask her like who she put up, see if she bites. Maybe she'll give you some info, and then you can tell me. So Felicia says at this point, everyone other than Cirie is on board to put up Cirie and Jared next week. She says if one comes off the block, the other will go. So is Felicia like back on board with Jared or Cirie going next week? Because she was kind of like not feeling that a little bit earlier in the day, but it seems like she's into it again. Felicia says Cirie and Jared overplayed the same way that Heisem did, right? They were getting something going with everybody in the house and it caught up to them. And Felicia explains how Corey had asked her if she was telling people that he, Jag, and America have a threesome. I can't help but laugh when I hear that. A 3-person alliance. So Felicia says Cirie was the one who told her that she thought Corey, Jag, and America were in a 3-person alliance. But she found out that Cirie is telling other people that Felicia was the one who told her that. So it sounds like this incident could have been what flipped Felicia back to wanting Cirie and Jared out. So that's interesting. Felicia says, I'm trusting Jag, Matt, Blue, Corey, and America right now. But once Jared and Cirie are gone, this house is going to flip again. So Felicia says to Bowie, I just want to make sure that you and I stay good. She says, I have always felt from the beginning like I could trust you. I'm sorry, but that's hilarious. Felicia has talked so much shit about Bowie throughout the season. She is the originator of the effing Bowie Jane nickname, FBJ. But now she's trying to be like, I'm your best friend. We've been together this whole time. Okay, so a little later, she's getting desperate. A little later, the Brown Sugar Babes meet in the HOH room. So just a reminder, that alliance is Cirie, Jared, Felicia, and Mimi. So Felicia says we need to figure out how we're going to all get to the end together. One of us has to win the next HOH. So Jared says Jag and Matt are saying that they feel comfortable with us and that the easy move for them would be to put up Corey and America. But Jared says he's not really sure if he believes that, that Matt and Jag would put up Corey and America. They're not. They're definitely not. But Felicia's like, who else would it be if it's not Corey and America? Mimi says, well, it could be me and Bowie. She's heard her name thrown around quite a bit. Now, Felicia and Mimi know that Matt and Jag are fully on board to target Jared and Cirie, but they are not spilling this to Jared and Cirie. So they are keeping that under their hats right now. Interesting. So Jared says, if America wins HOH, I might be going up on the block, maybe with like Matt. What? And he says, if Corey wins, I don't know. Maybe I go up again with someone else next to me. He doesn't know. And he says Matt and Jag would probably put up Corey, America, maybe Bowie in there. Who knows? Some combination of the 3. This dude's reads are not great. What? So Felicia says, if one of us wins, what should our strategy be? And Jared says, that's where it gets tricky, right? We got to make sure we make the right move. So they don't really like come up with a direct answer here, but they do talk about how great it's going to be. You know, if they all make it through to next week, they all control the votes. They will have 4 votes if none of them are HOH or on the block. Are you going to have those votes? Because it seems like one of you might be going soon. But anyway, they do talk about how Jag seems to be the most influential and dangerous player outside of their group. So I guess they're leaning towards him being the target here. But again, Felicia and Mimi are not being totally truthful in this meeting. So later, Blue chats with Matt. And again, we saw her talking about this yesterday. Blue is again saying that she still wants to work with Matt and Jag, Corey and America. But if she wins HOH, she feels like she can't put up Cirie and Jared. She doesn't want to do it. And Blue says she would have to put up Corey and America. Oh my God, yikes. Ugh, that alliance is doomed. That's not good. Anyway, Cirie was making the rounds last night, telling everyone how badly she wants to win this HOH, saying that she's going to win this HOH. She needs to win this HOH. And she was like, again and again and again. It was like a broken record. But the question is, what would she do if she won HOH? She did check in with Jared last night, and it seems like her target would be Jag, which makes sense because that's what Jared is thinking too. He feels like Jag is the next big threat for them to take out. But of course, Cirie would want to backdoor Jag. She's not exactly sure who she would put up as the initial nominees. She's thinking, I guess, Corey and America maybe as pawns. Jared actually offers to be a pawn, which I'm sorry would be hilarious for Cirie to put up her own son. He gets voted out, not realizing that he's a target. That would be absolutely wild. But Cirie says, no, I'm not putting you at risk like that. People are going to see you as a comp beast. I can't put you up there. So Cirie is hoping maybe Matt would volunteer to go up as a pawn. He's done that before for other people. I think those days of Matt volunteering to be a pawn are over. I don't think that's happening. But yeah, that was all last night. Today, nothing really new going on so far. Jag, Matt, Felicia, we're talking to Jared, and they're all leading him to believe that they will be targeting Corey and America if they win HOH, but they're not. They're targeting Jared and Cirie. They're just trying to keep those two comfortable. And Jared is like, he's eating it up, right? He is under the impression that he's good with Matt and Jag, and he feels like even Corey wouldn't put him up on the block now. He's thinking Corey would put up Mimi and Bowie if he wins because he feels like Corey is trying to rebuild his relationship and his trust with Jared and Cirie. Oh my God. Absolutely wild. So yeah, the double eviction is tomorrow. We are still on track for Cameron to go. I don't know what's going on here because a lot of the house guests have been saying like, oh, Cameron, he's like not giving up. He's really trying. But like, I haven't seen that much of his campaigning on the feed. So I don't know if they're just not showing it or what the deal is. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Sorry, the stream was a little glitchy.
Oh, was it? I'm sorry. I didn't know, guys.
It didn't crap out.
Okay.
But it,
was it skipping?
a little bit.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't.
On the replay, it'll be okay.
Okay. I know Cameron has been telling Jared that like everybody's targeting him, but I don't know. I haven't heard much else of his campaign other than that. Also, the talk about keeping him has pretty much died down at this point. I haven't really heard Mimi mention it really since then. And Jared, he kind of kicked around the idea, but every time he brings it up, Blue is like, no, we're taking Cameron out. Like, just stop. All right. So, yeah. And then for the second eviction, really depends on who wins that HOH, right? It's going to be interesting. So, before we say goodnight, see you later.
See you later.
I want to thank today's super chatters. Laura Dalton, thank you so much. Angela H, thank you so much. Angela says, took a little bit of a break this week with Jared and Power. Can't blame you. But I'm back and ready for the double tomorrow. Thanks for all your hard work as always. I'm super excited for this double. I just hope we're not going to be disappointed because it seems like every single time they have a double,
we're always pissed.
We're always annoyed. So we'll see how it goes, but we're glad that you're back. Randall Westgard, thank you so much. Jack D65, thank you so much. Jack D says, I love your updates. Thank you. Thank you. Mary Ellen L, thank you so much as always. Wendy Will, thank you so much. Oh, hi.
Oh.
Yes. Lynn Hurst, thank you so much. Lynn says, if you could whisper anything you want into one player's ear, who would you pick and what would you say? Ooh, you know I want to be spilling that secret about Jared and Suri being mother and son, and I think I would whisper it into Felicia's ear. I want to see what she would do with that, right? Let's see it. Yeah, that's a really good question. What do you? How would you guys answer?
Stop doing stupid stuff.
Yeah. I want to see that secret come out though. Tucker Brennan, thank you so much for watching. The CAC 16, thank you for the super chat. Minnie Joda, thank you so much. Oh, this is Minnie Joda's first super chat. Woo! They said, hi, Maddie and Janet. Not sure if you remember me. I used to go by Jodalita. Well, welcome back. Glad to see you both still bringing us great entertainment. Much love. Thanks so much for coming back to us.
Thank you.
We are honored. Frog Lover, thank you so much. Thank you for being you. Oop, scroll too far. Sean Davis, thank you for the super chat. Sean says, the house guests make my head hurt. Jag, too nice. Jared, bleh. Cam, creepy. Blue, cringe. Matt, a rat. I feel like I'm reading a poem. Bowie, who? Sari, still the queen, has uphill battle. Mimi needs to win something. Felicia, hilarious but messy. Yeah, I think Felicia has really been a surprise for me this season, how amazing she's been. I think she's got a great mind for this game, but yeah, she is a very messy player. And also she's just incredibly hilarious.
I would change Suri to not the person I thought she was.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that.
Lammy agrees.
I do agree with a lot of your assessments here for sure. And thank you again. AR Chan 1785. Thank you so much. And he said they should rename Big Brother Madrosed recap. Oh, stop. I enjoy your updates and spoilers more than the show. Thanks for all the hard work, Maddie and Janet. That is very, very sweet of you. Thank you so much.
What about me?
Leah,
all the recaps.
Lammy's updates. I love that. Okay, well, this is where we're at. Oh, the feeds are down right now. Yeah, it could be the halfway party. I think they are going to have a party tonight for sure. It usually goes like maybe 2 hours. They'll have food, music, booze, maybe. Yeah, probably. So I think that could be it. So
not as good as a Canada party. But...
Oh man, those Canada parties are ragers. So we will be back later tonight for the episode recap. And then tomorrow it's double eviction, baby.
Rub it up.
Yeah.
Rub up a double.
Yeah. So thank you all for being here. We'll see you later. And until then, much love. Bye, everybody. Bye. Thank you.